We open with a fight between Trypticon and Metroplex, the Decepticon and Autobots city guys. I'm not sure if this is meant to be the fight near the end of Five Faces of Darkness, or an entirely different fight which ends with Trypticon getting his ass tossed into an ocean. But as we widen out to see the Autobots watching the replay for some reason, we're told that that's exactly what this is meant to be. By the soothing voice of Teletran 2, who is clearly not Casey Kasem, because that guy quit. Realizing that the big guy might not be dead, but really just wanting to give the boat guys, Sea Spray and, this guy who turns into an aircraft carrier, something to do, they go looking for his remains. Broadside, that's the dude's name. Anyway, all they find are some footprints. The footprints lead due east. And you guys know what's to the east, don't you? That's right, Carbombya! The reason that Casey Kasem quit in the first place. And there's Trypticon, mightiest of Decepticons, firing missiles at a cruise ship. Tending to the apparently recovering Trypticon is this guy, Octane. He's a triple changer. And he refers to Trypticon as Trip-to-Babe. Oh boy. So the two of them head back into town, passing this marker, which... oh boy. Apparently they were hanging out on Dinobot Island. Hey, I remember that place. But now they have a sweet deal going with Carbombya's ruler, Abdul Fakati. And while they've proven useful to Fakati, it turns out that the amount of oil they're sucking up in exchange for keeping fanatics and imperialists away from Carbombya's borders just isn't worth it.
Do you realize how much of our oil they're stealing to make their whatever you call that beverage they drink?
Energon, Your Eminence.
Yes, Energon. 1,000 barrels of oil makes one tiny cube of Energon.
Oh god, I was not told there would be math. We'll just call that a lot of oil and move on, okay? So Fakati confronts Octane and demands that they get their asses out of his country. Octane wheels and deals with the dude and brings him Fort Knox. You know, normally I'm not keen on episodes where Decepticons are bank robbers, but, well, he has a decent motive, and besides, this is just ridiculous. How could you not love a giant dinosaur stealing Fort Knox? This is almost G.I. Joe level ridiculous here. Eventually the Autobots arrive on the scene.
Whoever it was just made off with Fort Knox like a thief in the night.
Hey, that's the name of the episode. And now we get into some truly stupid writing. Apparently, since Grimlock is a dinosaur and Trypticon is a dinosaur, Grimlock can sniff Trypticon out. Yeah, I don't know. I see at least 3 things wrong with that concept. But whatever. This is obviously meant to be a wacky, whimsical episode, so I'll let some things slide for the sake of comedy. Fortunately, the episode delivers there. And now Octane and Trypticon are off stealing the Taj Mahal. But then, it's Galvatron. You're in for it now, Octane. But no. Octane convinces Galvatron that the Energon is extra tasty, and manages to buy himself some time. And then for some reason continues negotiating with Fakati rather than just blowing him away. I don't get it either, but whatever. Gives them an excuse to steal more crazy crap. Look, it's the Eiffel Tower! The Autobots are about 6 steps behind everything, but they eventually rule out the Dinobots and Skylynx as suspects. Yeah, I don't know. And head out to Carbombya, where a fight almost happens and then sort of peters out. Meanwhile, Rodimus and some others are hanging out in Russia, waiting for Trypticon to show up and steal the Kremlin. Which he does. And then they watch him leave with it. Man, Rodimus, you're having a bit of an optimist day, huh? Somehow the Soviets accuse the Autobots of taking the Kremlin. But you know, it's 2005, man. No charge brought by a Soviet would hold up in court now, right? Soon the other nations pile on and accuse the Autobots of stealing their buildings too. Lame. Eventually, though, Fakati decides that he's had enough, and...
We are having an international crisis in Carbombya. I urgently request that you invade my country to expel all of the fanatic Decepticons.
Hey, they were asking for it, obviously. So yeah, the end suddenly comes rushing upon us as the Autobots invade and drive the Decepticons out of the country. Man, this started so promisingly, too. It's pretty obvious this began as an awesome story about a giant dinosaur stealing buildings, and then got changed to a standard good guys versus bad guys story in the rewrite. Some people just can't leave perfection alone, you know? Oh, but then there is the hilarious ending.
And I need your word that you'll never cooperate with the Decepticons again.
Oh, you have my word of honor, Rodimus. In fact, I swear to you on the grave of my mother's camel, and my uncle's goat, and even my sister's donkeys. And did I say my brother's sheep and my nephew's roosters? Such fine roosters you never did see.
Cultural insensitivity is fun!